Welcome back, everyone, to another episode where we explore the strange, the unsettling, and the downright haunted. Tonight, we're dimming the lights to talk about something that watches you back. It is a story about a piece of art that seems to have a life and a will of its own. We're delving into the eerie tale of The Hands Resist Him, also known as the eBay haunted painting. Now, art is supposed to evoke emotion, right? Joy, sadness, wonder. But what happens when the emotion it evokes is pure, creeping dread? In the year 2000, an anonymous seller listed a peculiar painting on eBay. Created in 1972 by artist Bill Stoneham, the painting depicts a young boy standing next to a doll with hollow eyes. Behind them is a glass door, and pressed against the glass are dozens of small, disembodied hands. It's already unsettling, but the seller's description took it to a whole new level. They claimed the painting was haunted. The family who owned it found it in an old brewery and brought it home, only to experience a series of terrifying events. Their young daughter claimed that the children in the painting would fight, and that the boy would sometimes leave the frame entirely. The parents didn't believe her at first. Kids have wild imaginations. But then, they started noticing things too. They set up a motion-activated camera in the room where the painting was hung. Over several nights, the camera captured images that they couldn't explain. In one photo, the boy in the painting appeared to be holding a gun, something that wasn't there before. In another, he seemed to be physically exiting the painting, his form distorted and ghostly. The doll, they said, would threaten the boy, causing him to try and escape the canvas. They described a feeling of unseen hands touching them, and a blast of hot air, like opening an oven, coming from the direction of the painting. The eBay listing itself became a phenomenon. People who just viewed the image online reported feeling sick, dizzy, or overcome with a sense of dread. Some claimed their printers would malfunction when they tried to print the picture, either jamming or printing it in a distorted way. Others said they heard children's voices or felt a strange presence in their homes after looking at it. The listing went viral before going viral was even really a thing. The painting was eventually sold for just over $1,000 to a gallery owner in Grand Rapids, Michigan. The new owner, Kim Smith, also reported strange occurrences. She received a flood of emails from people who had seen the eBay listing, sharing their own paranormal experiences linked to the painting. People spoke of blackouts, of children screaming in the night, and of feeling an intense, hostile energy emanating from their computer screens. So what's the story behind this creepy creation? The artist, Bill Stoneham, is very much alive and has spoken about the painting. He confirmed that the boy is a self-portrait, based on a photo of himself at age 5. The doorway represents the barrier between the waking world and the world of dreams and possibilities. The doll is his guide through this other world. And the hands? Those are the other lives, the other possibilities, pressing in. He named it. The hands resist him because he felt those hands represented the lives and choices we can't control. Stoneham was surprised by the haunted reputation his work gained online. He mentioned that both the owner of the gallery where it was first displayed and the art critic who reviewed it passed away within a year of seeing the painting. Coincidence? Maybe, but it adds another layer to the mystery. The story doesn't end there. Stoneham was later commissioned to paint 2 sequels. The first, Resistance at the Threshold, shows the boy as a middle-aged man, standing in front of the same door. The doll is now a real girl, but the hands are still there, pressing against the glass. The final painting, Threshold of Revelation, shows the old man stepping through the doorway, leaving the girl and the strange spectral hands behind. It's a trilogy that follows a life's journey through the veil of reality. But let's go back to the original. What makes it so terrifying to so many people? Is it the uncanny valley effect of the doll, the hollow, dark eyes of the children, or the simple, unnerving idea that the figures in a painting could move, could change, could even leave the canvas and enter our world? Psychologists might argue it's a case of mass hysteria fueled by the internet. The power of suggestion is incredibly strong. When you're told something is haunted, your brain starts looking for confirmation. Every creak of the floorboards, every shadow in the corner of your eye suddenly becomes evidence. The anonymous eBay description was the perfect seed for a modern-day ghost story. It gave us a narrative, a set of expectations, and our minds did the rest. The image itself is masterfully unsettling. The composition is unbalanced. The lighting is stark. The boy's expression is blank, unreadable, which makes us project our own fears onto him. The doll is just wrong. Her joints are too pronounced, her face too smooth, her eyes too empty. And the hands against the glass door are a classic horror trope, representing the unknown and the trapped. So is The Hands Resist Him genuinely a conduit for the paranormal? Or is it just a very effective piece of psychological art that found its perfect audience in the early days of the internet? The original owner from the eBay listing remains anonymous. The photos they claimed to have captured of the boy leaving the painting have never been verified. All we have are stories, anecdotes, and a whole lot of frightened emails. The painting now resides in a private collection, occasionally being displayed for the brave. Those who have seen it in person describe an undeniable aura around it. It's one thing to see a JPEG on a screen. It's another to stand in front of the real canvas with its textured paint and looming figures. They say the eyes of the boy and the doll seem to follow you, no matter where you stand. This story is a perfect storm of creepy art, urban legend, and the viral power of the web. It taps into a primal fear, the fear of the inanimate coming to life. It has the same fear that makes us nervous about dolls in a dark room or mannequins in a shop window at night. We know they're not real, but what if they were? The Hands Resist Him forces us to confront that what if. What if the world of dreams and the world of the living aren't as separate as we think? What if a painting could be a doorway? And what if, just for a moment, the figures on the other side decided to step through? Whether you believe it's a cursed object or a masterpiece of psychological horror, one thing is certain. Once you've seen it, you won't forget it. And that's the power of a great story. It gets under your skin and stays there. So next time you're in a gallery or an antique shop, and a pair of painted eyes seems to follow you, just remember the story of the boy, the doll, and the hands that resist him. Thanks for joining me in the shadows tonight. If you have stories about haunted objects or creepy art, I'd love to hear them in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more journeys into the unknown. Stay safe, and whatever you do, don't blink.